Hey guys, welcome back to your weekly skate news. And I know last week I said I want to be more frequent, I want to put them more into the middle of the week again. However, this week I waited for this video until Friday on purpose because we got a new game mode today that I think is definitely worth checking out. And we're gonna talk about this in a second because first we have some other stuff to talk about because we also got some new challenges within the X Games event. So they're not exactly new, but the challenges that we had before got refreshed. So if you had already completed all of them, they're now reset, and now you can do them again and earn all of the X coins again. So if you haven't unlocked all of the items you wanted in the store yet, then you can earn more X coins now to unlock, well, all the stuff you want to, or all the stuff in general. And when you scroll down while you are in the store already, you can also find a free carpet board that you can claim until Tuesday. If you like free stuff, or if you like this board specifically, then be sure to claim it. And when we're talking about the X Games, or while we are talking about this topic, in the latest episode of the Weekly Grind, we also got a short interview about the San Van X Games park that we have in the stadium right now and how it was designed. Because here, two of the world design developers talk about how they created this park and which parts of it they like the most. I'm gonna spare you the full interview, so I'm just gonna sum this up real quick. So what they're basically talking about is that they're saying that they studied a lot of the real life X Games parks from the past, and that they also worked directly with the X Games team to review what was planned for this year. And this is how we ended up with this park that we have in San Van now, or in the stadium now, which is basically based on the actual X Games park that is in New Orleans. And I think that this is actually one of the reasons why it skates so well and why it has such a good flow, because it is at its core designed by the team that designs real life skate parks. However, moving on to the mode that I mentioned earlier, this one is the block parties that was, I think, already mentioned a few times before, also in the blog post about the season 4 and what we can expect from it. And now we actually got them. So of course we talk about them as well. Block parties are a new community activity in Skate, which is overall called meetups. And they're only tested during this weekend, so you only have a few days to participate. And how they work is that every 30 minutes, so at the 15 and 45 of the hour, a new block party pops up on a location around the map. And when you fast travel to it or step into the activity zone, you automatically compete against other skaters across several rounds. And you can join or leave the block party at any time, also within a round. So if you're not feeling it anymore, you can just leave at any time, or if you're late to the party, you can still take part. But of course, then it will be harder to win the overall block party. And once a round has started, you only have a few seconds to complete the goal of each round, which can be everything from earning score or doing certain tricks. But they specifically kept it simple, so it's pretty easy to understand what you have to do, and it's also pretty easy to understand for new players. But if you are experienced, of course, your chances are higher for winning. After a few rounds, the party then moves to another spot close by and then rinse and repeat. So it actually feels a bit like the Mars races in Riders Republic, but as a skate version of it and with a skate twist. The block parties do not have any specific rewards that you get for completing them or even for winning them, but there are block party tasks that you can complete, and when you complete them, you can earn some more ticks to unlock stuff in the battle pass. But I think that this is just a temporary solution because this is only a test. I think that if we would see this mode permanently, we will also have different rewards. In the latest episode of the Weekly Grind, there was also an interview about those block parties, and here two other developers of the team are explaining how they came up with the idea for the block parties, which I think think is pretty interesting because they say that they looked at the skate contests you often find at neighborhood skate parks and then put their own unique skate twist on them. But they also wanted to create this feeling of just rolling up to a park, seeing a crowd already there, joining in and learning from the people around you, or, you know, just having fun. And I gotta be honest, I think they actually captured this pretty well. The rounds I played so far were so much fun. I gotta be honest, it's been quite a while that I had so much fun in Skate. It's really something I enjoyed, and I hope that this weekend test will be successful. However, what they're planning with those meetups and also with the block parties is that they want to expand it to more modes that are kind of this community gathering style. So I hope that this will be a permanent feature at some point in the game, because I really think that this is something that's missing, and it would be cool to see this as a permanent addition. Now, moving on, what we also got this week is a very small update. You might have noticed it if you log in every day or if you already logged in during this week. So this was update 31.7, and this resolved exactly 2 issues. One issue that was fixed are the skater codes. Here you could end up without the option to invite or join a party or add a friend when searching for a player with a skater code. So basically, if you ran into this bug, the skater codes didn't have the intended purpose. And the other issue they fixed was the spread eagle. Here they fixed an issue where the spread eagle would sometimes give more score than intended. And that was really the full update. There was nothing more to it. And then we're already at the part where we talk about what's next for Skate, and here there's still not too much on the table. So we can expect to see more interviews with the weekly grind. The next interview will be around the spot battles. Then we have the progression update where they talk about more ways to play, progress and earn. We will get the road to season 5 where we get more details about what to expect in season 5 over the next few weeks. And then on August 25th, which is in roughly 2.5 weeks, season 5 will start. So I assume that over the next 2 weeks we will actually hear a bit more about Skate, and we will hear a bit more from the developers, which also means that you might hear more from me and you might see more videos here on this channel. And lastly, the point that we always have at the end of those videos, the new issues and fixes. We already talked about the fixes in the update, but we haven't talked about the issues yet. And on the well-known known issues list, there's only one point that was added from last week to this week, and this is that performing foot plants causes extra 1 foot grabs to appear in trick scoring. Nothing really dramatic, but it's the last point that was added, and this one is actually new. And that was it for today. These were all the news I got for you. I can really recommend to check out the block parties if you have time to play Skate this weekend. And if you have played it already, be sure to tell me your opinion about them in the comments below. I'm really curious to hear what you guys, or to read what you guys think about it. And if you enjoyed the video here as well, then be sure to drop a like and subscribe. And I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye bye.